Okay. So we have a few things. Actually, 2 weeks ago we had a rally in support of, or actually against Abomination 1A.
1A, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah. Well, we had 30 people out. We had probably 36 people out there with signs. Just kind of a small thing off of Hawthorne Boulevard on Saturday, May 17th. So that went well. In terms of big events, I think right now we're kind of pushing for September 12th. Is going to be the big. I think Glenn Beck's planning something that day.
Oh, the 9/12 day. So you're not doing.
It's the day after 9/11.
You're not doing anything on July 4th.
Yeah. What's that?
You're not doing anything on July 4th.
Well, I can't really participate. I have a wedding I have to attend on July 4th. But I've told the people in my group. I mean, they're welcome to try and plan something. I just can't. Be there for it. One thing we're trying to do is get involved with some of the local politics, and we're trying to set up a speakers bureau and try and train people so they can go outreach to their community. Because I think one of the main problems you find is that your stereotypical conservative, if he doesn't have the right intellectual foundation, or libertarian, I should say, in this venue. If he doesn't have the right social or intellectual foundation, he has a tendency to come off as a right-wing nut job. And so it's really important to arm people with the facts and to teach them, look, here's the questions that you're going to be faced with. Here's the responses, and kind of teach them how to play chess, so to speak. Because these liberals are good. I mean, they all get trained with the same load of crap in these elite Ivy League universities, and then they go spread it to the masses. And
we say statists in libertarian speak.
Statists?
Yeah.
Totalitarians.
Because we accept liberals who are true small L liberals.
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean.
I say it. I do it every day.
The Obama times.
I'm coming from the right, but Sarah checks me because she comes from the left. She's coming. We're meeting in the middle.
The socialists. There we go. The socialists. So that's kind of what we're doing right now. We're kind of riding under the radar. But you know what? There's some big things happening. I've gotten invited to participate in a number of things that are way above my pay grade in the last few weeks, just because we planned the Southbay Tea Party, and the Republican Party, for example, is scratching its head, going, we pay these people $150,000, $200,000 a year to be organizers, and they can't pull this off. So what's going on? And actually, at the LA County Republican level, there's an effort underway to try and oust the entire board right now as a result of the Tea Parties. Several people have gotten involved. Jenny, the Central Committee is. Ingraham was involved with that. And I know John Stamreich was involved with that. And they're pretty much going to have a coup d'etat and throw out everyone that's in there. And quite frankly, they need it because the LA County Central Committee is in pathetic shape. When I called there, they didn't even have the phone connected.
It was good. At the Hermosa fair, the Republicans were right next to our libertarian booth, and they were talking and said, you guys, you got the right message, and we're tea parties, yeah. And I said, how are you guys doing on your rehabilitation?
Yeah,
and they were. I know.
A buddy of mine makes it a point to come up to the Republican booths and actively taunt them. And he says he's going to continue. He says in 2012 he's going to vote for Al Sharpton to punish them even further unless they get back to their scruples. He has the Reagan talked about starving the beast.
Yep.
He has a strategy he calls feed the beast, as in feed the beast until its belly explodes. So, I mean, that's if you're a little bit more on the destructive side. But the point of it is that I think we're kind of, they say the night is always darkest before you get to dawn, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're kind of reaching that point because I'm going to make a prognostication here. I predict that in about 12 months' time, we're going to be staring down 14% unemployment, 10% interest, maybe not 10% interest rates, but certainly 7 or 8% interest rates, 10% inflation, gold at $1,500 an ounce, and probably oil at $80 or $90 a barrel. And people are going to be wondering, I don't understand. What's all this talk of deflation? And it's like, well, the trouble was we fueled up helicopter Ben's vertical takeoff and landing craft.
Right.
And we put Barack Obama in the driver's seat, and look at what happened. So
fantastic. All right, before we go to questions, give a hand to our participants. It's been a great night. Thank you.
Wait, I need that enthusiasm when recording.
Yay.
Golf clap, baby.
Terry the eternal cynic. You even see cynicism in our
Tell me how you really feel.
Okay, let's have some questions. I think Herb, you had one. Right? No, not yet. All right. Let's go around the table.
Question us. Let's keep it interesting. Anybody? We're that good? We are so good. We answered all their questions. We anticipated their needs. We filled every gap before it opened.
Let's see. This is a little thing. I told a little bit about it, but it says that it's question 7.2. Short of censoring your attendees on site, how could or should message be improved to not to let the MSN people show your partners as lunatic fringe malcontents? I know you said a little bit about that, but do you have anything further on that? Any of you?
All right, well, actually, no, you know something? Go ahead.
So we did a number of things. One of the main things we were worried about was there had been a lot of rumors that Acorn was going to show up with all sorts of neo-Nazi memorabilia, what have you, and try and paint us all as a bunch of white supremacists. Which would have been really ironic if they're up there with Nazi signs and the organizer's Jewish. So what we did is we actually came armed with several dozen signs in the plant, including one with a big arrow that said infiltrator, which thankfully we didn't have to use. And the idea was we were just going to mock them and taunt them if they showed up and make them look really silly. You just have a couple of people with infiltrator signs all around them. And then in terms of like speakers on the stage, we tried to make it a point to. First off, we picked the first speakers for like the first hour and a half or so, and then the next 30 minutes we kind of were careful about who we handed the microphone over to. But fortunately, we didn't have any incidents.